Hi everybody, it's Craig with Travel Tartan. Today I have a top tip kind of video for you. We're going to look at how to properly pack a carry-on for taking on the plane. I think a lot of people aren't really sure the best way to do this. They hear a lot of do this, do that, the roll method. What does it actually mean? So I thought today I'd do kind of two different ways of doing it. I'll just put all the stuff in it. And then I'll actually take my time to walk you through how I do it and how much easier that is. This is a standard carry-on, just a regular carry-on size you're going to be able to take on the plane with you. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to take you around all the stuff that I'm deciding to put in. I kind of figured what I'd go with was like 3 days away with 2 people. Maybe you're taking a city trip somewhere. And the kind of things you probably need to pack, or most normal people need to pack. Obviously this isn't representative of everybody and the stuff you want to take. Some people won't like this because you're putting too much in one case. You maybe would prefer to take 2 carry-ons, but this is kind of just trying to be a pretty standard pack for everybody. So without further ado, I'll get this bad boy open. We can get rolling on this. Okay, fairly normal standard carry-on. You've got 2 sides here, a little bit of a bungee action on this side, and this one's zippered in. Got a little zip here, nothing particularly special about it. Take you around the stuff that I've got. Got some t-shirts, shirts, some sweatshirts, a couple of pairs of shoes, a couple of pairs of jeans, underpants, socks, a couple of belts, and then some toiletries. I got a razor, I got hairbrush contacts, contact solution, dental floss, and the most important thing, my wife's My Little Pony travel bag for all her toiletries. So with that being said, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pack all this stuff, just regular old sticking it in. This is not an as seen on TV. I'm not trying to say don't do it this way and then my way is awesome. Just trying to give you guys an idea of how this is going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and just pack all this stuff up and we'll see what it looks like at the end. All right. Well, okay, as we can see, this is not looking good. A little bit frayed around the edges here. If you try and smash this down, I don't know, you're probably going to break something, crush something, you're going to catch all your stuff in the zips. I didn't even bother putting the last one in because I was giving up at that point. So even if you could get this thing to close, which you might be able to, even if you could get it to close, if you have to open this back up in the terminal, if you're going through the TSA and they tell you they want to look at it and you open it up, it's pretty much spring loaded at this point, so the thing's going to go everywhere. And then God help you trying to get all this stuff back in the suitcase again or the carry-on again. So this is not the way to pack. It's not recommended that you would pack this way. It's really a bit of a disaster. And if you ever need to get into anything yourself, you're going to open this up and it's just everywhere. So we are going to go ahead and unpack all this stuff, and then I'm going to take you through how I think you should pack it to maximize your space, or at least the way I would pack it. All right, so without further ado, here we go. All right guys, so we are back to normal again. So now I'm going to take you through at least one of the ways I would pack to try and maximize some of the space. The first thing I'm going to go with is the shoes. Shoes are good and bad. Obviously you need them, but bear in mind you've got a ton of space inside these shoes, so you can cram them with stuff. Also, something to note, a lot of carry-ons, not all depending on the design, but a lot of carry-ons have ridges inside where the carrying handle or the travel handle, the pull handle are sitting. So try and use these ridges. Don't put things just straight across them because you've got all this space underneath them you're not using. Go ahead and use try and use those ridges and put stuff inside them. So here we go. We're going to start filling up these shoes with different stuff here. So there we go. Let's throw that guy in there. A little razor action for me. I'll get a pair of socks in here, rolled up pair of socks, no problem. That guy in there, good to go. I'll go ahead and put this thing of this big bottle of eye wash in there for contacts, and I'll just put the contacts in there, some of the bits and pieces. Very exciting stuff we got going on here. So we're actually going to be taking a trip here shortly, which I'm really excited about. Taking a trip Cleveland to Boston. I have a few days in Boston. Going to do some hotel review, some flight review. Really looking forward to that. We're flying out of Cleveland on JetBlue, and then we are going to be flying back on Delta. I'm actually going to get to try out the A220, the new Delta A220, which I'm really excited about. Mostly because I want to be able to take a dump in an airplane bathroom that has a window. So I'm probably not going to do that, but it is cool to have a window in a bathroom. So I'm going to find out what that's like. As you can tell right now, obviously I'm just rolling stuff up and just getting it in there. Ooh. Ha! Almost forgot my wife's shoes. All right, that would have been a problem. So that would not made for happy travels right there. So here we go. Get that bad boy in. Remember, you really push these. These are socks. Yeah. Unless you have special socks, you don't want to get wrinkled. Cram them in, man. Come on, what are you doing? There we go. So as you can see, I mean, shoes take up a huge amount of space in a suitcase, but I'm going to try and use as much space around it as possible. Don't be shy filling all your little nooks and crannies in with stuff, whether it's pants, socks, whatever it is that you can fit in there. I mean, obviously you're not going to take a button-down shirt and just ram it into behind some shoes that might be dirty, but I mean, try and use the space as best you can. Take your time doing it. Okay, so I'm going to leave that right now. I'm going to go to the other side, get these jeans started. These bad boys pretty big, so it's going to take a little bit of folding and rolling for that. And we're going to get the belt in. So these are belts. I'm not sure if you're familiar with belts. The belts are very long and very thin. Well, my belts are long because I got a little bit of belly on me, but there you go. Perfect place for these is right round the edge of the case. Boom, look at that. Perfect. And now you can just put stuff around them, hardly takes up any space at all. Roll these bad boys up. You know what? I've got to take my handgun as well. No, I think I read a blog somewhere that there was a guy and he talked about these. And I think he said the TSA doesn't like these being a carry-on on the plane. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave that. So let's put that back down there. And there, got a nice little space in the center there. I bet the ponies could fit in there. Oh yeah, nice and happy right in the middle there. Now, to be fair, when you do put all this stuff in here, you do fill it quite full. So there's not a lot of space left if you want to take things home. Maybe you're somewhere in a city, you buy some souvenirs, things like that. I mean, you're not going to be able to take those home because your carry-on's completely full. So if that's the case, then sure, you could always take a second carry-on. And maybe you just want to take a carry-on and you each have a carry-on, so you've got your own stuff. I mean, however you want to do it. If you take your own carry-ons though, obviously you've got tons of room available for all sorts of things, which is great. You can fit way more in, and that's brilliant. Got a little hole right in the center of that there, and I'm going to throw these guys in, and then I'm going to throw some on the other side. Right down the middle there. My underpants could not care if they got a little bit wrinkled. That's just me. Everybody's different. Bungee this bad boy up. Always like to try and leave sweatshirts available because you never know when you're going to need them. All right, look at that. So as if by magic, let's see what happens when I try and close this bad boy. Boom, done. No problem. Lovely, compact, nothing got caught when I tried to zip it up. If I need to open this up, no problem opening it up, real easy. The other one would have been a friggin' disaster. Still got some space, at least on this design. You got a little front pocket here for some stuff. So that's, yeah, that's really it. The biggest top tip I guess I can give with things like this is always take a carry-on. I've said this before, but always try and take a carry-on with you when you're going somewhere, even if you're taking a suitcase, because if you're, for some reason your suitcase goes missing, if it gets lost, if it gets damaged, anything like that, you still have a carry-on with some clothes in it, some toiletries in it, different things like that that's going to keep you going for a few days. Obviously there's some credit cards out there with insurance for that to help pay for different things, but regardless of that, it doesn't help for the fact that you have to deal with the whole situation. So it's a lot easier to deal with when you already have something that you can hang on to for a few days and it's got some bits and pieces in it that you'll need. So I would always recommend taking a carry-on, regardless of whether you're taking a suitcase or not on an airplane. The other reason I think for taking a carry-on is nowadays with a lot of flights, depending on your ticket purchase, you were going to have to pay for a suitcase if you take it, and it can be 30 bucks each way, 60 bucks for a suitcase, or you can just take a carry-on and it might be free, depending on what you're doing. Obviously basic economy is different, but yeah, I mean, I think anytime you can take a carry-on rather than a suitcase, you're better off just doing that. It's always with you, that somebody's not nicking it, stealing stuff out of it, somebody's not damaging it. You don't have to wait at the other end for it. You can just head out the airport and get on with your day, whatever you're doing. In case anybody was wondering, other than my handgun, which I left, I did not bring that with me to the airport. There is something in here that shouldn't be in here. There is something that should not be going through TSA. So if anybody spots that, feel free to give me a shout out in the comments. Other than that, please let me know in the comments below if you guys have a better way of folding up your clothes, getting them in nice and tight. I'd love to hear about that. Please like this video, subscribe. Ring the bell so I can continue to bring good content to you. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.